Listen, I know what you're thinking, and I might sound crazy, but I don't hate this movie. Return to Sleepaway Camp takes place at Camp Manabi, and it centers around Alan, who is a whiny little bitch who never showers and never changes his shirt. And Alan is relentlessly bullied for obvious reasons, and he starts lashing out, getting defensive, and there are these killings that are taking place. So people think, oh, maybe Alan is doing the killings to get revenge, but some people also start to think, hey, maybe it's Angela Baker, and she's come back and she's doing the killings. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into my likes. And my first like is this movie had extremely creative kills. You know, you watch so many slasher movies and it's just someone gets stabbed again. Oh wait, is someone gonna get stabbed again? Yes. This movie, every single kill was different. You know, you had the guy getting his head dunked in the deep fryer, which was a great homage to Artie's death. You had Bella getting killed with the spiky bed. You had the guy, getting his dick ripped off with the fishing line, which that was actually, as a gentleman, that was really scary, because it was like so drawn out. You had the woman getting her face like all wrapped up in barbed wire. Like, you had so many different kills. Oh yeah, Weed's death, where he has to like drink a bunch of gasoline and then he gets the joint lit in his mouth and he explodes. The kills were creative and there was so much variety. I'm going to get into the effects later on in the video. I definitely want to talk about the effects, but just in terms of the actual ideas around the kills, I thought they were really creative. Another thing that I really liked about this movie is, I'm telling you what, I thought this movie was really funny. There was a mix of intentional comedy and unintentional comedy. Some of the stuff was just so funny because it was silly, But I really liked I found some random stuff funny. So that bigger girl Bella, she like has this stash box of snacks under her bed. She has like 50,000 candy bars. It's just like so funny and stereotypical. Like, the bigger girl is gonna have like 50,000 candy bars stashed away. I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny when they made Alan smoke the shit, and then they call him like blowjob for the rest of the movie. And then that one kid, it's just funny. His name's Weed. Like, they make this stoner character. They make his name Weed, and it was so funny when he died. His buddy, he's like, "No, Weed, no fucking way, dude." Like, he's just screaming. Like, that was funny. And then my last like is, I thought the setting was great. The camp that they shot at was a fantastic location, and once again, this movie feels like camp. Every single movie in this franchise feels like camp. Like the dynamic between the characters, where you have them, acting a fool, acting silly, kind of making fun of each other. Like, all the kids are doing like all the classic camp activities. You get like nice exterior shots in the woods, great interior shots in like the mess hall and inside the cabins with the bunk beds. So once again, this movie feels like camp. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into my dislikes, and my first dislike is the CGI in this movie was horrendous. Okay, like I said, the kills were really creative, and I like the ideas behind the kills, but the actual execution of the gore, and whenever you would see the aftermath of a kill, like 90% of the kills, the gore effects are CGI, and it's okay. So it's bad because there are some practical kills later on in the movie, and they're amazing. They look absolutely beautiful, but like most of the kills are CGI. And one of the reasons that this movie, why it took this movie so long to come out, is because they're working on CGI. I believe it was filmed in like 2005, but it didn't come out till 2008 because they were messing around with CGI. Like they had like halted the movie so long for the CGI, and like it was just unnecessary. Like I wish they would have stuck with the practical, because the practical stuff looked great, and the CGI really took me out of it. It did not look great. My second dislike is, here's the deal. You got Felissa Rose returning. You got Jonathan Tiersten returning, and they are beyond underutilized, okay? They're like glorified cameos. Jonathan Tiersten, he's probably in the movie as Ricky for like 3 minutes.
Hey, I'm working here.
You must be Ricky.
What's with the voice?
Angela, or Felissa Rose, is only in the movie as Angela for like a minute. I mean, she plays Officer Jerry, but you don't really get to see her be Angela until the end. So I think that's like the ultimate sin of this movie, that you have these iconic returning characters, and then you only put them in the movie for like a couple minutes. I mean, Paul D'Angelo is in the movie as Ronnie a little bit more than the other two characters, so it's cool to see him. But I mean, Angela and Ricky were the leads, and then they're just like cameos in this. So yeah, that's like I said, that's my biggest problem with the movie, and it is really like a shame that they were so underutilized. I would have liked to see them in this movie more. My favorite kill was the one where the kid got skinned. The kid who was killing frogs, he gets skinned at the end of the movie, and it's all practical. And he's still alive. He gets skinned alive, so it's technically not a kill, but he's gonna like die shortly after, and you just see like all his muscles, all his tendons, all his veins. He's all like bloody. Like it looks so good. It was probably a crazy ordeal to do those effects, because they had to do his whole body. It looked great. It looked realistic, and it was extremely scary too. Just imagine being skinned alive. Like the fact that he was still alive for a couple seconds after is it's the scariest thing ever. It's like you would be in excruciating pain. You would like have to come to the realization that you have no skin on your body. Like it's like the thought of that is extremely scary. And I like that this kill was kind of a callback too. Like the kid, he's skinning frogs. He's being a big meanie. Like who does stuff like that? Why are you skinning frogs, my dude? And then he gets skinned like the frogs he was skinning. So it was a nice little callback too. So there's a couple instances in the movie where Alan talks about being sick, and his stepbrother said, "Hey, when are you gonna stop milking this rheumatic fever stuff?"
I don't care if I was sick once. They like me anyway. Here we go again. How long are you gonna milk this rheumatic fever bullshit?
And okay, the reason that I think that little line is important is because a lot of people who watch this movie, they're like, why does Alan act like so different and so crazy? Like, does he have some sort of disorder? Is he mentally challenged? Like a lot of the decisions that he makes, or like the way he acts, the way he interacts with people, it's slightly slightly different, than like he doesn't act like a typical character. And the fact that his stepbrother said, "When are you gonna quit milking this rheumatic fever stuff?" it's important because that, like, one of the symptoms of that, it's not with everyone, but you can get brain damage from that. So like, after hearing that line and looking up what that is and what, like, one of the symptoms, maybe the reason, you know, Alan acts the way he does is because he has brain damage from the rheumatic fever. That maybe that wasn't the intention of Robert Hiltzig, but me, like, trying to rationalize his character in my head and hearing that line, that was what I thought immediately. So there you go. Okay, so now I'm going to get into my rating, and I'm going to rate this a 6.5 out of 10. And the reason I'm rating it a 6.5 is because even though this movie has some serious problems, I've always enjoyed it. Like, I think it's a fun watch. So, you know, I know that there's a ton of problems with this movie. I get it. But in terms of actual enjoyment, I think this movie's fun. It has some creative kills. I like the setting. It feels like camp. You know, it has enough good stuff going for it where overall I feel like it's an enjoyable watch. So yeah, I'm going with a 6.5 on this one. Alright, so that's been my review of Return to Sleepaway Camp. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.